Once you get to level 85 in Maplestory M, you're going to notice that the leveling process starts to slow down quite a bit. This is because until level 85, you can do quests just to level up, and you're pretty much always going to have an endless supply of questing to do. After you get to level 85, however, you're going to notice that you're going to run out of quests, and you're still going to have experience to go before the next level up. The good news is, every time you level up, there will be a new quest to do, so always make sure that you're on the lookout for quests in your quest menu, but there's still going to be some experience to go, and as the levels go up and up, you're going to have even more experience to get. Now, I've been playing Maplestory M for about a week or so, and I'm about to hit level 108, so I've been doing quite a bit of grinding and playing the game outside of just questing, and I've learned a few things that I want to teach you guys that are going to help you get as much experience outside of questing as quickly as you possibly can. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys some tips, some knowledge, and just an overall guide on getting as much experience as you possibly can past level 85. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, first thing is very important. This is a huge thing that I've learned, and this is something that really applies to Maplestory because it is a mobile game. Now, there's a big difference between mobile games and PC games, and something that you might have noticed or picked up on after playing Maplestory M for a little while is mobile games really try to encourage doing dailies and little tasks as much as possible. This is going to include everything in your dungeons menu, which you should absolutely have memorized by level 85 and be doing everything here, but more importantly, not only do you want to be doing everything in your actual dungeons menu and going through all the free tickets that the game gives you every day, but you want to be trying to do as difficult content here as you possibly can. Now, for example, if I open up the daily dungeons menu, the game is actually going to default recommend me doing the hard difficulty, but I actually don't do the hard difficulty in daily dungeons. I do the very hard difficulty, and while that might seem challenging, it's really not as difficult as you would think it is. If you're a little bit under geared, try to work on that, of course, but the amount of experience that you end up getting from doing your daily tasks and doing the more difficult daily tasks is absolutely huge. One run of doing a daily dungeon on very hard difficulty gives me about 2 million experience, and this only takes me maybe 60 or 90 seconds. By comparison, 2 million experience is at least 10, maybe even 15 minutes of grinding mini dungeons or Star Force fields or just grinding in the game. So absolutely try to do the most difficult content as you can when it comes to daily dungeons. It also ends up applying to things like elite dungeons. I try to find groups for hard elite dungeons because not only is it going to end up giving you weapon powders instead of armor powders, but again, elite dungeons, one run of this, which only takes maybe 3 minutes or so, gives around 2 million plus experience, which saves 10-15 minutes or so of grinding that you don't have to do later on. This also even applies to things like Net's Pyramid. Now, I know this might seem a little bit crazy, especially if you're newer, but really try to find good groups for Net's Pyramid on the more difficult settings. Normal Net's Pyramid only gives me about 1 million experience, sometimes even less than that, maybe a little bit more, but around 1 million experience. Where if I do hard or chaos difficulty Net's Pyramid, chaos, the last run that I did, gave me almost 3 million experience. That's a 2 million experience difference, and Net's Pyramid only takes maybe 3 to 5 minutes. That 2 million experience difference is going to save, again, 10 to 15 minutes of grinding later on. So the major theme with this big tip is try to do as difficult content as you can. Try to find friends or people who are reliable. It's really not that difficult once you find a couple people. And if you're looking for some friends, of course, if you guys are playing on the Zenith server, feel free to add me as a friend. My name is Not Salt. Or you can also join the guild. It's Not Salty. Or sorry, the guild is actually Salt. It's salty to say. So there's already 10 people in the guild so far. We've got plenty of room. But if you're looking for people to run this content on, feel free to join the guild. Feel free to add me as a friend. Now, the next thing that I'm going to recommend when it comes to experience also has to do with guilds. This is really important, and you should absolutely be doing this every single day. This is huge when it comes to experience, and that is the guild banquet. The guild banquet is something that the leader or an officer of a guild can open up, and it's just going to be essentially free experience for half an hour. Let me go ahead and go to my hideout and show you. So if we go to the guild fort, this is what it looks like. All you have to do is just stand here somewhere in the guild fort, and the guild leader is going to go and open up the guild banquet. It's going to last for half an hour, and everybody who's in the guild fort is going to be getting a ton of experience. In that half an hour period, my character gets 10 million experience, but this is only going to go up and up as you actually gain more levels. Now, 10 million experience is definitely way more experience than I normally get grinding mini dungeons or Star Force fields or regular fields in half an hour, so it's very important to make sure that you attend whatever guild you're in, you attend their banquet, or if you don't have a guild, just start one up. I think it costs 100,000 mesos. absolutely worth it, even if it's just for that daily guild banquet alone. So make sure you've got that on your checklist of things that you're doing every single day. And once again, if you guys want to join a guild on the NA Zenith server, Salty is open for everyone. Other things that I want to talk about when it comes to grinding and tips on maximizing your experience is the jewels page. This is something that the daily dungeons are for. You know, you've been running these so-called daily dungeons and the game tells you should be running them every day. Well, those are for jewels. And jewels, you can access the jewels page by going to character, going to jewels, and you're going to notice that all the jewels that I have on this character are experience jewels. That adds up. Each one of these experience jewels is 1.4%, and once I get to level 110, that's going to be another jewel slot that I can get. This isn't even the highest level. There's still one level or maybe even 2 levels above this for more experience that I can get afterwards. But just this alone is almost 6% extra experience permanently. Every little bit helps. That's tons of extra time that I can save grinding just by having experience jewels on. So when you do daily dungeons, make sure that you're prioritizing getting those yellow jewels, because that's where you're going to get the experience jewels, and try to level them up if you can as well. Also, when it comes to experience items, I do have the dojo pendant on. That's 15% experience. Let me just go ahead and show you. It is this right here. The dojo pendant, it costs 30,000 dojo points, and it is also a 15% experience increase. Now, this is going to be a personal choice for you, what you want to spend your dojo points, if you want to spend them on this, if you want to spend them on other things. Let's go ahead and open up the dojo shop here really quickly. So here's the dojo shop. You can see all the different stuff in it. You can get a couple of chairs, you can get a damage skin, but here we have the experience pendants. There's a 5%, a 10%, and a 15% experience pendant, and I already went ahead and bought the 15% experience pendant. That's 15% extra experience, always being added whenever I'm grinding. That saves a ton of time, and you can see that it costs 30,000 points. Now, the slight downside is, unfortunately, this only lasts for 7 days, but still, 7 days is a pretty long time when you consider that actual experience items only last for 30 minutes or maybe even 15 minutes. So I think it's definitely worthwhile. Obviously, if you're saving up for the damage skin or the chair, you're going to have to make that decision yourself, but I'm going to be buying the experience pendant probably every week, and I've done the math. I think I can get 30,000 dojo points every week to be able to constantly have the pendant. Not sure if I can get too many more than that, but that's still a lot of extra experience. And the final thing that I want to talk about when it comes to gaining experience and grinding is absolutely make sure that you guys are auto battling whenever you can, and making sure that you're using that. Now, Maplestory M is a mobile game, and mobile games really do tend to like this auto battle system, but I've talked about this before. I think I have an entire video talking about how auto battle works and everything about it, so I'm not going to go too into detail about it, but make sure that you're at least using the free auto battle time that you get every single day. You get 2 hours for free just by clicking this button at any point during the day. You also get a whole bunch of extra time from your dailies and from your weekly missions. I believe that gives you an extra hour. And if you don't have time to use it in a day, or you find that you really want to play the game a lot, something that I forgot to mention in the auto battle video is this right here, this time remaining. This stacks all the way up to 360 minutes or 6 hours. Once you get to 6 hours or 360 minutes, it won't actually let you use your free charge, or it won't let you add any auto battle time. But still, if you have any items in your inventory that are about to run out or expire, make sure you keep an eye out for the little clock symbol, and make sure that you don't have any of these that are about to expire. You could still use them, and make sure that it's saved up there just in case. You can have up to 6 hours stored up at any one time. And use your experience items. This is a great time. The game is so generous right now with all the buffs that they are giving us, and all the little goodies and the hot times that we've been given, and we are getting so much stuff with the launch of Maplestory M. So just make sure that you're logging into your game, collecting all these goodies, doing all your little dailies. Who knows when these little things will end, but for now, they really do seem to be endless, and that's a lot of extra experience that we're getting. So all these little orange leaf buffs, and I know we got some yellow leaf buffs, that's 30%, 50% extra experience. Absolutely make sure that you're utilizing that wherever you're grinding. I'm not going to tell you guys whether to grind Star Force Fields or mini dungeons, because that's really going to depend on you and what class you're playing and the gear that you have and where you prefer to farm. But wherever you are doing your grinding, make sure that you're utilizing all the resources and all the freebies that the game is giving us as well. So with that being said, I have thrown a ton of information at you guys in this video, so I want to say thank you once again. I am really hoping this helped you out, especially if you are newer and you're looking forward to that grind, or you're trying to get the achievements to get to level 120, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually end up getting. It's going to be difficult, but I'm going to try. So that grind is pretty endless when it comes to Maplestory, and Maplestory Mobile is definitely not the exception, so I'm really hoping these tips helped out at least a little bit. And if you enjoyed this video, of course, thank you so much for all the support that we have had. We did pass over 500 subscribers on the channel the other day, so a big thank you to the 500 of you who have enjoyed the videos enough to subscribe and get notifications for more in the future. So if you did enjoy this and you want to see more videos in the future, feel free to check them out on the channel. Feel free to subscribe to get notifications of more. Toss a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment what you guys think, any feedback. Feel free. I take a look at the channel and the comments several times a day. So that's about it for this video. With that being said, this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.